crazy. What is going on? What's going on? I had a whole video planned. I had a camera there. I had a whole video planned out for today, and I'm throwing it out because I feel like sometimes when I script videos, I'm just not in the mood for what I scripted, or how I feel about a certain thing has changed, and whatever the case is, it's kind of where I am. So I'm somewhere else mentally. These lights don't work, see? They flicker. So we're gonna get there. Alright, time to do my makeup. Alright, I did not plan out this video, but anybody that knows anything about my content knows that usually when I'm improvising, that's when my content is the best. I'm putting my makeup on, so the lips are a little just woke up kind of dry, but it's just gonna be what it is. Okay, so there's really not much to say. I'm doing my makeup, I'm talking. I tried to record the video while doing my makeup, but I was just kind of rambling a lot. So, you know, this is just me putting my makeup on, you know. And I spend a lot of time on my eyebrows. Anyway, this might be a good time to let you guys know that I do have a Patreon. If you want to support my work, if you want to see more videos, one of the reasons I don't do a lot of videos and I'm not very consistent is because I don't get paid to do this. But if I did get paid to do this, best believe you'd be getting a video every day. So if you don't already follow me across all social media, it's the same everywhere. Oh yes, it's Lizzie B. Also, my Patreon, oh yes, it's Lizzie B. I have a website, oh yes, it's Lizzie B. Follow me there if you want more content. I also have a workshop that I give from time to time where I talk about masculine and feminine energy and all that it entails and how the machines have already taken over. Definitely keep on the lookout for that because I don't offer it all the time, but when I do, it's really good. Either way, I end this video with me laughing. I have no idea what I'm laughing about. All right, so with full moons, one thing that I like to do is kind of take inventory of all of the things in my life that I'm holding on to. And the way that I've been feeling lately has just been really, really in turmoil. I guess I'll put it like that. Like, I've just been kind of stressed out and telling myself, okay, I can't go on like this. Like, I know that I can't go on like this, but I also feel a change in the air. It's this weird, horrible feeling that has let me know, oh shoot, I'm releasing, so I'm transitioning. Like, I am transitioning from one thing to the next, and transition is painful. It can be painful. Sometimes maybe for some people it's just not, but for me, transition feels and can be so freaking painful. And so one of the things that I struggle with when it comes to transitioning is letting go. And so full moon rituals for me has been really, really healing because it's a symbolic way for me to let go of something that didn't work out, or let go of something that I know I need to just stop obsessing over, because I know that once I stop obsessing over it, I can finally move on to the next chapter. And I can feel myself about to level up. I can feel it because I've done it so many times. Like, I feel like I've shed old skin over and over again. I've picked up, I've moved to different countries. I've moved across this country. Like, I've done so many different things. And during those times, it was always met with a lot of turmoil and a lot of needing just to release what was behind me and let go of whatever reality I thought I was going to be in forever, because the only thing that is constant is change. And change is so scary, you know, especially when you've attached yourself to a specific reality and you tell yourself, this is going to be it. You know, this is going to be the end of change. Nope, not the end of change, unfortunately. For me, I guess one thing that I've been holding on to for a long time is the idea that I'm going to do life with a partner. You know what I mean? Like, I always imagine that I'm gonna like have a partner in crime, you know? And I think for me, it's because I was, you know, I was born with a twin. I have a twin sister, and so I always like the idea of having a buddy that we kind of share our own language and you know, are in it together. And I had an experience not too long ago where I thought I had found a partner in crime, and I did not, and it's been devastating. However, I've accepted that my future is going to be one that's going to look different from what I thought it was going to be. And in accepting that, I know that I have to give up the dream, and I like that dream. Like, it's comforting to me. It makes me feel happy and hopeful to remember that time where I really believed in someone or something. And I, you know, like, it's a dear thought to me, but it's also something that I gotta let go, because once I let go, I can step fully into my future. And so I'm gonna work that out tonight with my full moon ritual. The feeling is what I'm letting go of. Like, I'm letting go of the feeling of any kind of hope when it comes to that safety net feeling. I'm letting go of it and moving on. And so that's another thing when it comes to full moon rituals for me, is that when I'm releasing, usually I'm releasing a feeling. It's easy to think that you're releasing an object or a person, but it's the feeling around that you have to release, because you don't really ever own anything. You know what I mean? Everything is really a symbol. Everything except maybe food and air, like the stuff that you absolutely need. You know, like, you can't fully let go of food. Like, ultimately you are going to need to let go of the feelings that you have around food if it's unhealthy. But like, ultimately, things that we hold on to is not so much that we're holding on to the thing itself, we're holding on to the feeling that this thing gives us. And so when you let go of that feeling, that is a way to release the hold that item, that person, that place, that memory, that whatever it is has on us. I hope that makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to full moon rituals, is releasing feelings. And so that is kind of the start to releasing the thing itself. And so when I write out my full moon ritual, and I've talked about like how to do a full moon ritual. I think I still have the videos up on this channel. I'm not sure. But when I talk about them, like or when I do my full moon ritual, I get a paper, like a pad or whatever. And then I write out everything that I want to write out. Like everything that I want to say, every feeling that I have about the feeling that I'm releasing, you know what I mean? So like, I'll just, I don't know, I free write. It's not even like any rhyme or reason to what I write and how I write it. I just write. And once I feel like I've gotten every feeling out and I've made peace with what I'm releasing, and like I've said everything that I want to say, and it kind of just exhausted it all, that is when I thank the feeling that I had around this item, thank the item itself or the person or the situation, whatever it is. And that is when I will pull the sheet of paper out and I will burn it. Other times I have ripped it up and flushed it down the toilet. There have been times where I've ripped it up, wet it, and buried it. I don't do that one very often. And then on top of that, it's cold outside, so I don't want to do that this time. I think I may just burn it, but I have to go and get like an ashtray or something that I can burn it in. But there are so many different ways to release whatever it is that you're releasing. But for me, I also, in the age of the internet, I also have to release the digital footprint of whatever it is that I'm releasing. So sometimes like I'll delete entire text thread messages. I will, sometimes I block people on social media so that my mind and spirit and energy is not invested in another person. When it comes to other ways of kind of releasing during full moons, one of the things that I have found has been really, really helpful for me is, again, like I said, like all releasing is really just about releasing feelings. The attachment that those feelings are attached to, the thing that those feelings are attached to are kind of the residual effects also of you releasing those feelings. But like recently with the last job that I had to release this feeling of like needing to overcompensate, working extremely hard and making sure that everybody saw that I was working and overdoing it, because I had this fear that I would be caught slipping. And so I released that fear and allowed myself to relax. And so that's what I released last month. I know a lot of people, maybe when it comes to this supermoon, they might release their job completely. That's up to you. In this market, do whatever, works for you. I'm not advising that anybody does that. Like I said, like this is kind of a tough market these days, but like ultimately you have to kind of just release the feeling more so than the thing itself. And for me, when it came to work situations, I would have to kind of release the fear, because work for me is, I'm always scared of getting in trouble or getting caught. It's like very authoritarian for me. And so releasing that fear was a big part of me just kind of being able to enjoy working, or not, I'm not gonna say enjoy working, but like, I don't know, what's the word? I don't want to say tolerate, but it's just like get through the day and like have a sustainable work environment that I can be at for a long time. It's not unhealthy. And so there were times in my life in the past where I have released fear, the fear of losing my job, and then I lose my job. But I've never lost anything and it's not been replaced by something else. And so that's another big, huge aspect of full moons that I cannot emphasize enough, is that when you release, you are making room for the kind of thing that can and wants to come into your life. And so for me, I have found that some of the things that I was holding on to, it could not coexist with what I was going to receive. And so I'm trying to hold on to the past while the future is like, well, I mean, I guess you don't want me because you're holding on to the past. But the past isn't even the past, because it's still, like hurting me. It's still changing. It's still, ultimately not what it used to be. So it's kind of like you're holding on to a rotten banana. Like that banana is not the original banana that you had. Like that is now a rotten banana, and you're still holding on to it in hopes that it will last forever, when it hasn't even lasted for the, few days that you've had it. So like literally you got to let go of the past so that you can accept the future that you are striving towards, that you are telling the universe you want. All of those things, you have to make room for it, and also understand that the past and the future cannot coexist. You gotta let go. You gotta let go of the shoreline if you want to go out to sea. So that's one of the things that I absolutely love about full moons. When I first found out, because one of the things when I was doing rituals, I used to think that a full moon ritual was when you ask the universe for everything you want. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And then when I learned that it's about release, full moon is about release and new moon is about receiving, that's when, number one, I was like confused, because when I see the full moon, I'm just like, it's so beautiful, it's so big, it represents abundance. Why am I not asking from that, as opposed to why am I releasing something into it? It's already full. But I didn't understand during that time the power of releasing. I did not know. I had no idea. But now that I understand the power of releasing and how, you can just clean out your closet, and physically and And spiritually, emotionally, all those things. You can clean out your closet, and it's making room for the blessings that you're going to receive because you trusted the universe enough to let go. I think it's, I forget her name, the little Japanese lady that talks about if it brings you joy. She always talks about the feeling that items give you and releasing the things that do not strike joy. And that's part of the reason why it's so important. If you get nothing else from this video, understand that it's the feeling that you are holding on to. You're holding on to an old expired feeling. And whatever it is that served you, it served you well. It did what it was supposed to do. And you gotta let it go. Like, there's this episode on Rick and Morty where there's a character named Mr. Meeseeks, and he grants wishes.
This is a Meeseeks box. Let me show you how it works. You press this.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
You make a request. Mr. Meeseeks, open Jerry's stupid mayonnaise jar.
Yes, sirree!
The Meeseeks fulfills the request.
All done!
Wow!
And once he grants the wish, then he can go.
And then it stops existing.
Oh my god, he exploded.
Trust me, they're fine with it.
The thing about Mr. Meeseeks is that he doesn't want to be around long. He just wants to grant the wish and give the person a feeling that they desire so that he can go, because being alive is excruciating for him. Its existence is pain. I think he says that in the episode.
Jerry, you mind if we get back to the task at hand? Meeseeks don't usually have to exist this long. I just want to die! Oh, come on out, Jerry!
Guys, I'll choke up, I'll follow through, I'll do whatever you tell me to do, okay?
Oh, we're well past that, Jerry! Meeseeks are not born into this world fumbling for meaning. We are created to serve a singular purpose for which we will go to any lengths to fulfill. Existence is pain to a Meeseeks, Jerry, and we will do anything to alleviate that pain.
A lot of times we think that holding on to the past is doing the past a favor, or doing whatever it is that we're holding on to a favor, when in reality we gotta let that go so that it can experience its future. You know what I mean? You're holding on to perhaps a relationship, and that person is not gonna get with their person because of you holding on to them. You know what I mean? You gotta release things back to people. Give people back their things. Give all of the things back to its source. And that is what full moons are about. It's not just about releasing it to the universe, but it's also about returning it to its own source. If somebody gave you something, for the time being, if you need it, you use it. But if you don't need it anymore, if it's not something that you can use, you gotta give it back. Because at this point, you are just holding things hostage that do not need to be held hostage. You gotta give it back to its sender. Whoever gave it to you for whatever reason they gave it to you, but you have to return it back to that person, that source, or that, you know, whatever gave it to you, you got to give it back if you no longer need it, because you are wasting that energy and it could go to someone else who absolutely needs it. So during this time, when you are releasing these feelings, releasing these energies, releasing these objects, releasing these things, remember to thank whatever it is that you are releasing for what good it has done for you. Remember the fond memories you have. Be thankful and understand that what you are doing is a symbiotic type of thing. You are contributing to the circle of life. You're entering something back into rotation that needs to be in rotation. You're not hoarding, you know, your blessings. You're not hoarding your wealth. You're not hoarding objects. You're not hoarding feelings. And that makes you an eco-friendly member of society. So if you have not already started to think of, while watching this video, think of all of the things that you can start to release in your life. If you haven't already started to think about the feelings that you can release, that maybe at some point they were helpful, or they were like a trauma response and they got you through whatever you needed to get through, but they're no longer necessary. You know, start to think about those things and start to feel the feelings, think the feelings, and then release those feelings. Because if they're no longer serving you, that means that they could and probably should be serving someone else, or they can be just returned straight to the universe. All right. So that's my video for today. one of the things that I was releasing was this concept of perfection, and wanting everything to be perfect, and wanting my video to be perfect, and wanting to have my script together, and wanting this, that, and the other. And I want to make content and talk to you guys, and you know, and like there's so many things that I want to do. And so I was releasing that today. That's what this video is about. It's just releasing the fear of not being accepted or not accepting myself, and just going for it, you know, because that's what life is about creating through the pain, creating through loss, creating through strong feelings. Like, that's what creativity is about. It's just expression of feelings. And so I hope that this video was needed for anybody who needed it. And I hope that you are ready for the blessings that will come rushing in. I hope you're ready to receive them once you release. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I don't know, have a wonderful day. Have a good day. Bye.
Look at the baby.
Oop.